Hey guys, Phil here with PH Custom Lures. I wanted to do a quick video. It's late summer here where I live in Indiana on Brookville Lake. The lake was high this spring, so it knocked back the grass. So we had the best deep bite that we've had in years, but now that's all said and done. It's August, and what happens in August a lot of times, like right now on my home lake, we have an algae bloom, so it's pretty much sucked all the oxygen out of the water, out of the deeper water. So our thermocline is up like I think it's like 12 to 14 feet last time I was there, and the water temperatures are about 90. And what happens then is it's just the opposite of what you hear, the old myths. I'm not saying that you can't catch deep fish in places in the country, but a lot of places, like if you're not in like current run lakes and stuff, is what happens is those fish go really shallow. So right now you can go to Brookville and you can catch a lot of 2-pounders, 3-pounders, flipping and pitching and square billing and stuff like right up on the bank. Some of them will be a foot deep. Matter of fact, some of the bigger ones seem to be in a foot. There's a lot of them to catch maybe 2 to 5 feet. So I wanted to talk about like 3 baits that we got, 3 techniques that work really good this time of year. So everybody knows we build balsa square bills. So I don't know if I need to get closer, Matt. So this is our hunting pea. It's a balsa square bill, and it's kind of a hybrid between a fat bait like the traditional Bagleys, like the OB1, 2, and 3. We still make baits like that as well. But this is our best seller. This comes through cover like a bulldozer, but the sides, it started off as a round bait, and I flattened off both sides, and there's not hardly anything out there like that, or there wasn't at the time. We've been building this one for 15 years. It's really buoyant, throws really good. I normally throw this bait on 15 to 20 pound line, normally fluorocarbon. Like you could throw it on 20 pound easy, doesn't hurt, it doesn't affect the action. This goes 4 to 5 feet, but it has a real wide hunting action, and the key to catching them on this bait is I throw it right in the laydowns and stuff, wood stumps, whatever. I throw it anywhere I would throw a spinner bait or a chatterbait or anything like that. If you're careful, if it does get hung up because they're balsa and they're really buoyant, just start flipping your line and stuff, and normally they'll come free. So this is an excellent deal, and I found that this time of year, normally I burn it. I throw it in there and burn it, and I try to run it into as many limbs as I can. And a lot of times after it bounces off a limb is when you'll get a bite. If you're in a part of the country where you got a lot of grass, you'll be surprised how good it sheds the grass. So I try to get in grass where this goes about a foot deeper. When you get it hung, you flip it out, I use a little stiffer rod. Sometimes I'll even throw it on 30-pound braid like that. And that way you can rip the grass off real easy. Now, there's another option, and everybody thinks, and I mean, we talk about it, a lot of guys talk about, like a lot of people think that flat baits are only for winter fishing or cold water. I live pretty close to Cincinnati here in Indiana, so everybody that fishes the Ohio River knows, like Rick Schreiber's laser lures, the wee baits, some of our flat baits, this one in particular, they catch them all summer. I mean, flat baits are not just for cold water. The problem with flat baits is a lot of them hang up. If you try to throw them in laydowns, they just get hung up. It's just the nature of the beast. This one here is actually a little wider. It's a 1/2-inch bait. I've built it for 20 years probably. It's an easy bait to build. It's got a round lip on it instead of a square bill. I actually have made a lot for guys and put a square bill in them, but you'd be surprised how good this comes through wood. So this is the same thing. I fish it the same way as the other one. It's a little lighter, so I normally throw it on a little lighter line. But you can throw this in the laydowns and wind it and stuff too. It's buoyant enough to come out. And it's a good option because it's all flat on the side, like totally flat. It doesn't even taper to the tail. So you get a lot of flash. And this is like a silver foil with a black back, a really good summer color. This is one of my favorites. It's called Bad Shad. I don't know how much you can see. Just a really realistic color. This is a really good color right here. I've never been anywhere and fished in the summer months when I couldn't get bit on that color. And then of course we got the foiled gill, same as in the hunting pea. It's just a good bluegill color. Everybody knows they eat up bluegills. Another really good color, and this is just kind of a knockoff, to be honest, of the RCs. This is just copper green shad. That pearl white with a copper green back. It's got a real pretty pearl green and some copper in it and a little dark brown. Just a really good summer fish catching color. The key to all of these is you want to bump the wood in the laydowns as much as you can. If you go out there and you throw around the edges and you're scared of getting hung, and I'm not just saying that to sell you more baits, because you can get them back. They don't go so deep you can't reach them with your rod tip. You're going to get 10 times as many bites if you do it that way. And then another thing that's probably forgotten a lot in the Midwest, particularly, are big prop baits in the late summer. So this is a new series that I'm fixing to come out with. I haven't even named it yet. And this is, there were a lot of companies in the past that made big prop baits like these. And of course, we make a lot of prop baits. We make the thin spins and stuff that's really popular. We sell buttloads of those in Florida. But this is a fat one, throws really good. I normally throw this on 30-pound braid or 20-pound mono. If I throw it on 30-pound braid, I usually put like a foot a leader, because the issue with any of these prop baits is as you're twitching them, you get slack, and once your line gets around the prop, well, then it'll kind of, it doesn't really kink it, but it kind of causes the line to stay. It has a little loop there, and it'll do it more often. So these are buoyant enough. Even if you want something a little stiffer, you could put like a foot of 20-pound fluorocarbon leader on the end of your braid, and you just throw these out and twitch them. This one's 3 1/4. We're going to do two sizes. It's going to be, this is a 3 1/4, this is a 4 1/4. And I don't know if you can see this, but we're going to do this in a lot of old school colors, like a lot of the old head and baits and stuff. Gilmore Jumpers had that really big silver flake. You see it like that. So this is a real pretty blue back. It's got a little black around the eyes, red throat, has that silver flake. Like I said, we've not even named any of these yet. This will be on the website later on this summer. It's probably going to be September. My personal favorite is this one, and I haven't named it either. It's just like a pearl white with a black back, has big silver flake and a yellow throat. I don't know why that is, but it just always seems to work. This is just a Christmas shad color, real pretty bait. And this is a really, really good one right here. And I actually, I don't know how many fish I've caught on pearl white with black bars. That one has a lot of flake in it. Just a really good shad pattern. And then one place in particular that I know these work really well, because I've built these for a long, long time for myself and friends. I just never sold them. All of the Tennessee River lakes, Kentucky Lake in particular, like when those fish get off the ledges, they'll start coming up on them flat bars when the lake's falling. And everybody's out there and they're throwing shower blows and dog walkers and they're throwing ploppers and stuff. You can just wreck them big fish a lot of days just by throwing this over those shallow bars. I just know it works particularly good at Kentucky Lake. Works really good at Pickwick and they work in those bars that have from like 2 to 5 feet over top of them when the lake's down, gravel and scattered stumps. So think about that. So anyway, that's something you might want to watch the site for later on this summer. And I hope this has helped you out. Also, I got some good news. I paired up with a couple guys, and we're gonna have a division of PH Custom Lures. It's PH Fishing. Everything will still be available on the PH Custom Lure website, but what we've done is we've expanded. We've got a lot more jigs. We've got spinner baits coming. We've got buzz baits, a lot of hand-poured soft plastics, a lot of live scoping baits. I hate to say that word, but we got live scope baits coming. Got a line of fishing rods, and I'm hoping to have all that stuff should be in-house and on the website. I'm hoping by October. That's our goal. So just keep checking the site here and there. We got a lot of really, really cool stuff coming. We've got jig heads. We got a really awesome jig head for scoping. You slide the Sakamoto shad up on, a lot of the jig heads, it slides off. It's one fish bait. This one that we got, we actually used for shaky head for years. We've had it for, I don't know, 10, 12 years, and actually Cliff Pace designed it for us. But it is super, super good for holding. It's a ball head, but it's super, super good for holding those minnow baits. So anyway, I hope it wasn't too windy. Just wanted to talk a little bit about late summer fishing and let you know what we got going on here.